right, what's going on, Blurs, nerds, and everybody in between? It's your boy Wyatt, the sensei of the Syndicate, here with another episode of Just BSing. And today's guest, we have somebody who's, I think, like cool as a fan, Six Rokage. How you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Man, just making it through the days. You know how it is. So,
That's-
I've seen you. I've kind of watch a lot of the stuff that you've been doing recently, and you do a lot of cosplays. You told me this weekend you were judging cosplays as well.
Yeah, I was at North Carolina A&T. They had their first anime con.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Tell me your origin story.
Well, I mean, I've always been into like dressing up, but I actually didn't know exactly what cosplay was. I would always wait until like Halloween and dress up as anime characters that no one understood. So I was, but I was actually about four and a half years ago. I was at a work conference at a convention center, and when I left the conference, I came downstairs and I seen like all these cosplayers, and I'm like, what's going on? I seen like Sailor Moon and like a JoJo character. I was like, yo, what is this? I was like in heaven, you know. And I started asking people what it was, and they told me, about the conventions and my cons. I'm like, yo, so I feel like I was like, I've been a nerd by myself this whole time, and y'all been living the life without me. Yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. After I saw that, and I was like, this is it. This is my life right now.
Man, that's what's up, man. So what was your first cosplay then?
Oh man, it was terrible, but it was it was Akuma from Street Fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, I had my daughter with me, my oldest daughter. I had her with me, and she was Ryu, so we was walking around as Akuma and Ryu.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, I got an 11-year-old, man, and I do the same thing. So like one time we went as like Fat Gum, and he was who else? Who was he? He was Deku, of course.
Nice.
Yeah. So man, it's awesome. So do you have a favorite anime though?
That's a hard question. I'm old, so I got a couple like Akira, the movie is always going to be top notch. I'm not sure if anybody's really heard of this anime, but it's called Project Echo.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, it's like 80s anime that I fell in love with. And that was probably one of the main animes that kind of brought me into anime. So that and Ninja Scroll and JoJo have always been my top. But now, One Piece.
What? All right. So what do you say to those people who don't like to get into One Piece because of just the length?
I get it, because I was that person. It took me years. I didn't start watching One Piece till about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Because I ran out of stuff to watch, and then I was watching it, and then they always say you got to get to this certain part. Everybody always says that.
Absolutely.
But they're right.
Yes.
They're absolutely right. It's hard to sell because the anime was made in the 90s. So watching it now with like Demon Slayer and all these top-notch animations going on, going back watching it is hard. But if you get to where it's at now, or even halfway, it's character development is untouched. So,
yeah, man. See, I'm on where Sanji just left, because they were on Zoe, maybe.
Yeah.
And so I just got there, but like I've been trying, like you said, it's a hard sell for a lot of people just because of the animation style. But then I tell people like, it started like 20 some odd years ago. Like I don't hear you complaining about what Pokemon used to look like. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like I keep telling them that just because it's a really good one, and I like it because it's really rich. Storyline. So now I got a beef with you because you like Toby Rama, and I don't necessarily care for him. So what's up with you and Toby Rama, man? Come break it down to me.
I like Toby Rama. Yes, he was racist, but them Muchigas need to learn though. I'm just playing. No, I just like that. People don't understand he was a genius. Like I know they know Hashirama and Madara and Blerd, everybody, but when it comes to like he really created the base for the Leaf Village. He did the Uchiha's bad, and I get it, but as far as techniques and the Leaf Village. He did a good job. So I mean, I like Toby Robert because he was he was an asshole.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. So like I talked with my girl about it, and so she likes Toby Rama. She was like, well, she tries to justify what Toby Rama did. She was like, well, because they were Uchihas and they had these powers, he had to keep them on lock. I was like, that sounds so bad. You can't really say that.
That sounds like our history, right?
Like just because they had the potential,
Yeah.
So,
hey, but at the same time, he was right.
He was, but it was just because it was one or two of them. You know what I mean? But that don't spoil a whole bunch.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
Yeah, so she did that. So, but yeah, man, like I've seen that with you. Another question, because I know you're big into anime. Are you sub or dub?
Oh, I'm straight sub.
Straight sub.
Straight sub. Only time I watch dub if I'm watching anime and my daughters are here, or running around crazy because my Sharingan isn't unlocked. Watching them and reading at the same time.
Exactly, bro. I'm the same way. So yeah. I have she's 2 months and I have an 11-year-old. So I've been watching anime from that point. So when he was younger, it was like, okay, especially either that or when he wanted to watch it with me, because then after that, then you have to read the whole time. You're like, listen, I'm not gonna read for 4 hours.
And then you got to answer their questions too.
And so you try to understand what you're watching at the same time. Why did they do that? I don't know. I'm watching it with you. So yeah, man. I like dub, just for those reasons. But if I have a chance to just watch it unfiltered, no problems, no issues, then I'll do sub as well.
Yeah, I like Japanese voice actors.
Man, they be coming with it.
Like, yeah, I feel like they're more dramatic. Mm-hmm. Maybe because I don't understand it, but it just sounds more dramatic when somebody's
and especially when somebody's mad, I'd be like, man, he is pissed. Like,
right.
He don't even play. So
somebody's mad in a different language. That's a whole nother kind of mad.
Exactly, man. So so as far as that, what cosplays have you done? Because I know you've done a bunch of them, and I know you probably can't remember every one of them.
Yeah, I've done a lot. I have like a whole bunch that I'm not even done with. I've done Law, Zorro. I did Avatar. I did my own version of the Avatar.
I liked your Avatar. That was dope.
Appreciate it. Did Popeye. Tobirama, of course. Mm-hmm. I did. We're actually working on the third Hokage now. So with Toby. Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of cosplays. I have a long list. I did Kung Lao. I try to balance it out from different, I try to do anime. The only thing I haven't done is DC.
Well, didn't you do Black Adam?
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I got Black Adam. I didn't like it. That's why I didn't say that.
You're just like, all right. So do you most of the time like create your own, or is it something where like you go out to get those, or how does that usually work?
I do both because I'm not real big in sewing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can make armor and like weapons and stuff like that out of foam. Mm-hmm. Like I actually have some armor right here that I'm making right now.
Okay.
But when it comes to sewing, that's not my ball field. So sometimes like if it's like a fabric based cosplay, I'll get like a base or something, and I usually kind of just build on it.
Yeah.
Like the Black Adam, I just got the bodysuit and I made the lightning.
Okay.
And then my friend made a cape for me because I can't sew. But yeah, so usually I do both. Sometimes I buy stuff like the Popeye. I bought that.
Yeah.
But like the bigger bigger cosplays, I'll either build it or I'll buy something and then build upon it.
Okay. Well, so you mentioned before like that you kind of try to balance that with anime, and then you also mentioned games. Like, is there certain favorite games that you got as well?
I have one favorite game.
One favorite, okay.
All time, and it's always going to be God of War.
Okay. You did always Kratos too.
Yeah. And I was actually going to do Kratos a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But I was like, if I'm going to do Kratos, I'm going to do him out like 100%. I wanted to have like all his weapons. I wanted to have the head, like the whole 9 yards. I didn't want to just, paint everybody white, but like, I'm Kratos now.
So,
but yeah, it took me about 3 years to actually do Kratos the right way.
So what all, like when you had to build the weapons and everything, did you do that again with foam, or how did
Yeah,
you?
well, the axe actually, the axe I bought from Amazon because it was on sale. But the armor, my my girlfriend helped me with. The metal on it is foam. I made the foam and I did the details in it. On the armor, she's Afro Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
She's like, she's a seamstress. She's like the best seamstress I've ever seen in my life. And she helped me with the chest piece and the bottom piece. And she also painted me too. So yeah.
So shout out to her. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for her.
Man. So did you guys meet doing cosplay stuff?
Yeah. It's funny. I was in a group chat with a whole bunch of people, and I think it was asking for cosplayers. If anybody knows any cosplayers, and I was like, I know this one cosplayer. I didn't know her. I just seen her stuff on Facebook, and I saw her, and I was like, hey, do you want to be a part of this group chat? Because they look for great cosplayers. And I think the work is good. And she's like, sure. And she came in the group chat, and then it was just friends from there on, and then she got famous. Yeah. And then we actually met officially met at Anime NYC. And then we kind of just fell in love after that. So
man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, everything she was saying, I was saying. Everything I was saying, she was saying. So I'm like, yeah, we the same person. You're just like 10 times smaller than me.
Man, it's just kind of like Step Brothers, where they're like, did we just become best friends?
Yeah, like, did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it was. We became real good friends first, and then after that, it was probably a couple months after. Then I was like, she's the person I want to be with.
That's what's up, bro. So you have your girlfriend. You got your daughters. Is that right?
Yeah, my daughter's out there too. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you? And I saw you guys did. You guys do a couple of like group cosplays together, right?
Yeah.
So
we did a Spy Family, and of course my youngest, she's my youngest daughter. She did Anya. So we had the whole crew, and then her son, I still call him my son. We did a couple videos of my Kratos, and he was my boy.
Yes. I saw you were just talking about it, man. And so when you come up with these ideas, like how do they come to you, man? Is it because like you got a lot of great ones? I do love the one with Kratos and the N-word.
Oh yeah.
There are consequences to saying the N-word.
Why? How do you know?
So how do you, like, what's your process when you come through that?
Usually with me, and I'm really bad at this because TikTok is the new thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just now really getting on TikTok, but like ideas, they kind of just come. But with me, I don't really do them. I'll be like, hey, you know what? This would be funny. We should do this. And then I'll sit on it and I'll just not forget about it. But with Afro, she makes me do it right then and there. So that's why I just started doing more reels and stuff, because I'm talking to her. I was like, hey, it'd be funny. And she said, well, just do it. I'm like, oh, okay. So
that's the same thing with my wife, man. I call her upper management, because like I'll be like, man, you know what, this would be great. And then after that, she'll be like, okay, well, you gonna do it this weekend then?
Yeah, that's exactly.
I guess I am. So
she been pushing me to do a whole lot more stuff, because like I said, I have like a whole bunch of cosplays that I haven't done, and she's pretty much telling me start doing them, take pictures and stuff.
You're being voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold. Yeah.
So like how does, like, you have your own group of your is it Nerd.0?
Yeah, Nerd.0.
So what's that about? Like, how does that group help you and kind of push you forward?
Well, I gotta start with the beginning. So the reason I started Nerd.0 is because of course I love cosplay, but I felt like everybody who, like, especially, well, I'm in North Carolina.
Okay.
Everybody who was in North Carolina only really met up at cons. Like there was no like daily, like weekly or monthly activities where we can all just get up and just say, hey, you're a nerd, let's go play Dungeons and Dragons, or let's go grab a drink, or eat something nerdy, let's go play a game. Like, I didn't want to just wait for cons, so I was like, let me start a group where we can have weekly or monthly events, and you don't have to wait for cons, and you can find other cosplayers in this area. Awesome. So I'm like, I'm just gonna start this group and call it Nerd Point O. Everybody is welcome, except for the drama folk. Yeah. And I was like, well, let's have our group here, because I've seen other people like in New York, Baltimore, like they have groups. I'm like, why can't we have a group here? Like we have great cosplayers down here, and they need to shine. And that's why I will start the group. So I wanted the cosplayers down here to shine, because they're so amazing. Like we have really amazing cosplayers down here who just love anime, just like how we were. There's nerds like us. And it's like, this is your opportunity. The whole group is just for them to shine. I want to push everybody who I know and just push them to be the best version of themselves. And that's the motto of the group: be the best version of yourself.
Man, that's great. So how long have you guys had that, or how long is that group in?
This is going on our second year.
Okay.
And it's been going really good. It's like, it was going slow the first year, but now like this year, 2023, it's been going really good. We've been invited to cons, had vendor tables. Like the last photo shoot we did was a Mario photo shoot, and we had like 40 people show up, and we did some like amazing TikToks. And like if you see on our page and just see everybody who came out, and they came out there like 100%. I was like, wow, look at all these Blerds coming out here representing.
And how does that make you feel, bro? Like when you know that you kind of like, it's your baby in a sense, and then after that you see it blossom the way it does, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good, but I mean, with me, it's never about me. I always wanted it to be about everybody else, and that's what it became. Like I want to push everybody to be great, and I love it because I see everybody's success, and I see people are getting noticed. Like a friend is just now he was in a cosplay magazine, because we've been pushing him to get his cosplays out and pushing his page, and he's in cosplay magazine. A friend Ari, she's killing it on TikTok, but she's been killing it before we met her. But it's good because I see people shining, and then that's all I want. I want people in our group to shine.
That's what's up, man. Like that's the telltale signs to me of a good leader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily about you in that sense. It's about making sure that the people that you got around you are taken care of, and that they live up to their potential, because that's really important.
Yeah, they give me they don't like that I do that though. They're like, you should push yourself, and put your name out there. I'm like, that's not what it's about. It's about us.
The collective.
Yeah, the collective. And I think they get it, but I also don't think they get it, because they're still trying to put my face on it. But it's not about me. It's about us.
Yeah, but man, like I gotta say this, like you're the face of it. So you know what I mean? They want, just like you push them, they want to push you. So so then it's a good thing though. So like you guys hold each other accountable. That's what we try to do here at the Blerd Syndicate too, man. It's all about just making sure that everybody, because everybody has their own blerdom. So like some people are really, really big into like Star Wars or Star Trek or anime, or then so then you can be able to find some way to foster, having people enjoy what they do. So it's really, really cool.
That's the one thing I try to do. I try to hit everybody, because I know everybody's not into anime. I know some people are gamers. I know some people like Star Wars, like DC, Marvel. So I'll try to have like photo shoots and events for everybody, because I think the next one we're about to have is Mortal Kombat. So we're gonna have a group of people come out for Mortal Kombat. So I try to, each month I try to do something different for everybody.
Okay. So how many are in the group now?
Right now, I mean, there's a lot of people in the group, but as far as like active, like people who's like consistently coming out, I would say it trickles between 25 and 45 of consistent people.
Okay.
And that's just consistent. But in a group, like there's like 500 people who's like in the Nerd Point O thing, but but when we have events and stuff like that, it's always about 25, 30 of us.
That's awesome, bro. Do you have like ideas of other cosplays that you're not necessarily working on now, that you aspire to do later on?
Yeah. So you know who Kaido is?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually want to cosplay Kaido.
Okay.
he's one of my favorite villains. And I don't cosplay villains too much, but I want to start cosplaying villains.
Okay.
But I really like Kaido. Like he's a really good villain, and he matches my personality if I was a bad guy.
So
yeah.
All right, man, that's dope, man. I'm excited for you. Do you guys at Nerd.0, do you have like a site or anything like that, or any ways that they can support?
Yeah, we got the IG page and the Facebook page, and we like every month we'll put the events out like a month or 2 months in advance, just so people can see it and prepare for it, or whatever their schedule is, they can prepare for it. So yeah, if you just type in Nerd.0, or I'm sorry, on Instagram it's NerdPTO, and that's how you find it on IG or Facebook.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. It looks like you're an avid. You work out, man. So you kind of swole.
Just a little bit.
You swole. So did that come with cosplaying, or did you do that beforehand and then it just kind of, it reinforced it?
Yeah, actually, I have a long history with working out. I used to play football. And, I lost my scholarship because I hurt my spine. So yeah, I had to learn how to walk all over again, and then I take ballet to strengthen my legs, and then I started taking martial arts. And then my dad was always like he was one of those Arnold Schwarzenegger guys, and I always had this infatuation. Like, I want to be stronger than my dad. I want to be stronger than my dad. So that's always been my goal, just I want to get bigger and stronger than my dad, but I also want to be able to do a flip at the same time. So,
so you had to kind of balance it out.
Yeah, to balance it out. So that's why I started working out, mainly because I wanted to be bigger than my father, and he's always been into fitness. So but he never forced me to do it. He just the person I looked up to when it came to being in shape.
So the spine incident was so bad that you had to relearn how to walk and everything?
Oh God, yeah. It was my own fault. I was practicing for this it's called Shrine Bowl. It's North Carolina, South Carolina. And I hit somebody with the top of my head. And I literally jammed my spine. It's called spinal stenosis. Okay. And yeah. So after I got hurt, all the colleges, I didn't hear from nobody. Okay. And I was really just in the bed with my mom and had to learn how to walk all over again. It was crazy.
How did ballet help with that?
Oh man, ballets. People who do ballet, I'm gonna say, have the strongest legs in the world. To be able to stand on your toe and sit in that position for 30 minutes. I did ballet for about 2 years, and it helped me a lot because I was literally just laying there and my legs were like sticks, like poor little tink walking around. Not walking around, laying around. So that was probably the best thing I feel like I could have done, because it made me, one, my balance is impeccable, but two, it gave me back what I lost.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear it, man. So with that, you said you do martial arts, or you did martial arts as well?
Yeah, I did boxing for a couple years, but I did Aikido for about 4. So, and I'm still learning Aikido. So boxing is my favorite sport, but ballet is still my number one.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it. What other stuff you want to tell the world? What other stuff you got going on?
Well, I partnered up with of course, you've seen the videos that we're doing, the Marioverse, Tobirama, Madara, and Hashirama. Partnered up with this Psycho Image Films, this guy Black Viking.
Okay.
I've always wanted to do films. That's has been my passion for a long time, even before cosplay, but I never had people who was interested in it with me. So I met this, actually, my friend Heather and Kane and Doobie introduced me to this guy because they went to an event and I didn't come. I can't remember why I didn't come, but they introduced me to this guy. And he told me what he does, and he showed me videos, and I was like, where have you been my entire life? Because I've been trying to do stuff like this forever. So he asked me to come out and bring my avatar, and he showed me what he did. We did a quick video, and from there I fell in love, and he's been my ace boom coon since. So
how does that affect like, is it different kind of doing stuff like as far as recording? Like, cause everything is choreographed. So how has that been as far as to learn that new skill?
Well, it's fine because most of the stuff I already know. Because I mean, fighting is fighting, even if it's not no contact. But we actually work together as a team, me, him, Doobie, and we work on stuff together. So we'll see what other person who we're working with is capable of, see what they're not capable of. And sometimes it takes us a long time, sometimes it don't. And some of us have that chemistry where it just snaps just like that. Like when we did that, I did the Tobarama versus Madara. When we did that scene, it didn't really take us as long as it is doing, when I worked with somebody else. Because me and him kind of just clicked. So it's been a process, because when I'm doing stuff by myself, I can do it like that. But bouncing off somebody else and learning their energy and having to match their energy, it's been a process. It's been fun, but it's also been tiring. It's tiring. So.
Yeah, man, I can imagine, because you're having to learn, like you said, where they can go, what they can do. You know what I mean? And then if you're doing too much and they're not doing enough, then it's not going to resonate like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Kind of like Soul Eater. You know how they had to resonate, right?
So, you gotta have that perfect resonation to.
If y'all not resonating, then it's not gonna work. Yeah. So I totally get that one. So you've done Marioverse and
Mario,
and then the other one with Tobarama, and Madara and them. So like any other ones coming up that you can let us know about?
Yeah, we actually are about to finish. We're doing a Hogwarts, Hogwarts HBCU. I dropped the trailer for it on my page, and he dropped it on his. Well, everybody who's involved did. But I just finished my parts with that, and I think there's like one more part we have to record, and he's gonna release that. I'm pretty sure like in a week or two.
Okay.
But also with the Marioverse, we're doing 3 parts on it. So and my friend Bruce, he actually got us the HNIC con, and we're doing a panel on it. So we're gonna show them the first video, and hopefully by that time we'll have the second video recorded. We already started recording the second part of it, but I know you've seen on the video at the end, Luigi comes in.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a whole another universe, and it's gonna get dark.
There we go. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
When you were Wario, that's what made me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I like having fun when we shoot. And then when you can just be yourself too. And he actually lets us, kind of still do our own thing, as long as we stick to the script.
Yeah.
He lets us, as long as it's in the guidelines, he kind of just lets us do our own thing.
So when you have, since you've been cosplaying, what's been the best part of it? What's been the most challenging part of it?
I think the best part of it is just meeting all these incredible cosplayers. Like I've met some like incredible people, and like you see these people online, and you hold them on this mantle, like, oh man, they're so great, and then you meet in person, like, oh man, he's just like me. Yeah. Like he's just a normal person. Like I met like Venture Brothers and CC the Geek, and I did a shoot with them at BlerdCon. It was Invincible shoot. Yeah. And after the shoot, we sat in the room. Oh, it was before the shoot, and Tranquil Ash, who was in the room, and we were just talking about Invincible. And I'm like, look at these nerds talking about stuff that I'm in love with. I literally had a moment like, this is what being a Blerd is supposed to be about. Like I was in there with my friend Mark, and we was all just chopping it up, having fun before and after a shoot. And I'm like, this is what cosplay is supposed to be about. Having fun and having like-minded people around you and just enjoying it. It's supposed to be fun. Cosplay is supposed to be fun because I'm dressed up as Superman. I don't want drama, and I was like, I got underwear on.
Yeah. You can't really fight too much when you got somebody grab you by your cape and everything. So
yeah, right.
So what's been the most challenging part, especially when you kind of put yourself out there?
Yeah, well, the most challenging part to me, it's not even the racism. Everybody's gonna say racism, especially if it's Blerd, but to me is seeing other cosplayers down each other, other black cosplayers downing each other, because I can't deal with that well, because we already get it from the world. This character isn't black. You shouldn't be doing this. Like, we as a people shouldn't bring each other down when the world is already against us. So that's always been my thing.
You are the second person that told me that. I did an interview with Hellspawn, and he was telling me like he caught it more sometimes from our own people than he did from like other people, and he was cosplaying as He-Man. So that's crazy to me that you know what I mean. You would figure
it shouldn't be that. You would think, you know, we would come together in fellow nerddom, but it's sad to see that we can't work. Like, a lot of us can't work together because it's always something stupid. But it's like, why can't we just come together and make like something big quick? We could change the game. Because like, to me, cosplay, and this guy's a little bit of melanin in it. So
yeah, man, and you got it. There's a certain level of swag that I've seen, especially with black cosplay, and it's been great, man. Like I see everybody coming together and vibe, and that's great, man. That's all I'm looking for when I see these things and have these conversations.
That's why I want. What they say, unity within the community.
Yeah.
That's always been my ultimate goal, and I'm fortunate. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you can't work with everybody, and there's been situations where I had to kick some people out the group because they're bringing other people down in the group, and I can't. You know, I had to keep the peace. Yeah. But anybody I ever had an issue with, I always have a verbal conversation with them, and like it's never an argument. It's always been, hey, this person didn't appreciate how you did such and such. Can we handle this like adults? And every time it's always been a good conversation, or or at least an understanding. So, you know, I try to keep everything civil because I don't like when people talk behind other people's back. You know, people talk about my back all the time, but if they can't say it to me, it shouldn't, or it doesn't matter. Yeah. But that's why I always try to, if I have an issue or I see something wrong, I always try to say it or bring it up. Just either we're going to dead the situation and we can move on together as a team, or we don't have to like each other and we can still move forward separately. Yeah. So
what's the next cons for you guys?
Oh man, of course BlerdCon. BlerdCon is a must. We're doing MomoCon next month in 2 months. I'm gonna hit a couple local cons. We have a couple of vendor tables at Con Carolina. Trying to go to Fayetteville Con, and I was gonna go to Anime NYC, but them prices went up.
The way that your budget ain't budgeting like it's supposed to.
Yeah, I was feeling real good about it, but I saw them prices. I'm like, you know what?
I'm all right. You know what I
mean? Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good here. I'm good in my house.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes, because you know, you never know what can happen. But I really want to go to Anime NYC because I'm from New York. And the last time I went to Anime NYC, I felt like, oh man, I was in the city just like looking at everything. I was looking like a tourist. I've been back to New York in so long, but I felt like at home when I was at Anime NYC, and plus that's where I met my baby again. But
here we go. Got to have those good moments too. So.
Yeah.